Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Civilization 2 LP. Today we are starting a One City Challenge, or OCC. And if you don't know what One City Challenge is, then don't worry, I will explain everything on the go. So let's go ahead and start a new game. When playing OCC games, you should select the normal size of the map, the hardest difficulty, deity, 7 civilizations and raging hordes, and of course the standard rules. You can choose your gender and you can probably select your tribe. I was looking on the internet if this is somehow limited or restrained, but I haven't found anything, so I assume you can choose which civilization you want to play for. If you can choose, and if you want to choose, I would recommend selecting Romans, Russians or Celts, basically anybody from the first row or potentially anybody from the second row. And if you think your power rating will be very good, then maybe somebody from the third row. So basically the first 3, and that's because of the key civilization concept. I will not say much about it right now. Just know that if your power rating is pathetic, it's good to be white. If your power rating is weak, then it's good to be green, which is the second row. And if your power rating is inadequate, then it's good to be blue, which is the third row. Then the other ratings up to supreme you will most probably not get, because you can have only one city in this game. So I don't know, I would choose somebody from the first 2 rows. Let's take the Romans, and you can of course customize it. For example, we will be playing as Meridian and for the Swiss nation. But we are playing as a white player anyway. You can choose your city style, that doesn't really matter. Let's take Far East Pavilion and generate the game. Now you can see that we have some initial knowledge on top of irrigation, mining and roads, namely alphabet and bronze working. Both are actually very good. You want to, and it's not cheating, you can get starting advances, because if you get starting advances, then you will also start on a worse position, I guess. So this one's actually pretty decent, but the game thinks it's not. And the starting advances you get, the best you can get are of course bronze working. You'll need that for the colossus, and then anything you can get to get closer to the monarchy. So alphabet, ceremonial burial and code of laws. If you can get those, it will make your life a little bit easier. Okay. And then basically you will get your 2 settlers and you can start moving around and find the best spot to found your city. You can of course open huts and discover gold or friendly mercenaries and whatnot over there. What you cannot do, however, is take the advanced tribe, basically another city, unless you don't have a city yet. But that's quite unlikely. So what the rules suggest is that if you are going to open a hut, then you should save just before that. And if you get an advanced tribe, you should reload the game and repeat until you get something else, like Scrolls of Wisdom, an extra unit or a settler, wandering nomads, I think, and so on and so on. And then you spend a few turns from 0 to up to 50, well maybe less, up to 30 or 40, finding the best site for your city. And the best site for your city, of course, as I explained in the last episode of my previous Civilization 2 LP, is the one with as many good specials as possible. 3 or 4 is preferred, and access to rivers, as many river squares as possible. I mean, if you can't get everything, which is quite likely, then you will have to probably do with whatever you have, or you can also restart the game and look for a better map, because you will have only one city, and the location of your city is of the utmost importance, because if you have a bad city location, you will not be able to win the game. By the way, you can win the game by winning the space race. You can't win using the world domination option, because you can't conquer any cities of your opponents. With one exception, if the city is size 1 and has no city walls, then you can conquer it, because it will be disbanded immediately. Okay, and that's about it. As you can probably see, I'm using the standard version of the Civilization 2. Maybe we can see it better here in the game options. Yeah, it's a Civilization 2 2.42 version. Yeah, so not the multiplayer gold edition. That's because the multiplayer edition resets the attitude of all the civilization you play with every single turn to the worst possible, making the diplomatic relations basically useless. So, and because we will be depending heavily on the diplomacy, I decided to play this version of the game. You can play it also on the multiplayer gold edition. It's a bit harder, but less enjoyable, I would say. Okay, good. So what I did earlier today is I have generated a few maps, and I will show them to you now, and you can help me select the one I should play on. I will show you 6 maps, and let me actually load the first one already. So game 1, this is our starting location. Let's reset the view again to standard zoom, and I will show you actually how the map looks like in the cheat mode. So let's reveal the entire map. And as you can see, I'm on some sort of peninsula. We have 2 starting advances, alphabet and bronze working, which is very good. And we have to go north and look for resources. We could either take these 3 or those 3. I guess this spot has more rivers. So basically this would be the site of our city we are looking for. Actually, it would be in the jungle. So we would have to irrigate the jungle first to transform it to grassland, but then we could found the city straight away. It's about 15 to 20 tiles away, which is not optimal, but I guess it's quite realistic. Okay, I don't want to show you the rest of the map, because we could see where the players are starting, where the opponents are starting. Yeah, we actually can see already one, but okay, doesn't matter. Good. So what else? It's on the land. We have no access to the ocean, and we have only 3 special resources, not 4, which is a little bit suboptimal. But we do have access to rivers, which makes up for it, I guess. We don't have any hills over here, which is not so good, but yeah, you can't have a perfect map. Okay, let's load the second one. Okay, reset the view again, toggle to the cheat mode and reveal the map. So on this map we would go south about, I don't know, 6-7 tiles, and this would be the spot to found our only city, and we would have access to 3 special resources of the same type, the buffaloes, and to fish. That's not such a good spot, because all these special resources are only shield and food related. They don't give us any trade bonus, so it's actually not so good. And we don't have any rivers at all. We do have access to the sea though, so that's a little bit better. We have also some hills, but yeah, not great, but I can imagine playing on this map as well. We have some starting advances. We have alphabet, bronze working, ceremonial burial, and horseback riding. We don't need the horseback riding, but if you get it before you found the city, I mean, when the map is generated, it doesn't affect your further advances, so you can get as many here as you wish. It doesn't affect the gameplay. It doesn't incur any carrying costs for research, if you know what I mean. Okay, so not a great site, but possible. Let's take game number 3 and reset the view again. I don't know why it's resetting all the time to something else. Reveal the map. Okay. On this map I would go southeast, somewhere over here, or maybe over there. I would have access to silk and gold, which are excellent trade bonus based special resources, plus access to rivers. However, as far as I can see, there are only 2 special resources, but since they are so good, I would probably be okay with starting the game or founding my city there. We have alphabet, bronze working, and ceremonial burial as starting bonuses, which is excellent. They are on the way to monarchy, which is, together with bronze working, our priority early in the game. So all in all, a decent location. Probably better than location number 2. Let's have a look at game number 4. Reset the view again, toggle cheat mode and reveal the map. Okay, on this map we would go, where would we go? We would go south over here. There are 1, 2, 3 special resources, and wheat is a good one initially for food and can be transformed to silk, I believe. Wine is of course one of the best special resources you can get, and the 4th one is not available, but we have river instead. So this is a decent starting location as well. It has a little bit too many hills for my taste, but that can be used as well. The mountain, however, I don't like. Well, it has its advantages and disadvantages. We have some starting bonuses: alphabet, bronze working, ceremonial burial, and code of laws. So actually we could, if we wanted, research monarchy next. So that's also a big plus for this map. Okay, well, at the end you will decide which game will I play. Let's have a look at game number 5. Let's reset the zoom, toggle the cheat mode and reveal the map. Okay, over here I would go and take this tile where the forest is, and I would have access to 2 whales and furs, which are all excellent resources. And there's a hidden potential over here. This could be transformed, let's say, into the forest, and there might be another special resource. There are no hills, however, so we'll have a little problem with shield production, and there are no rivers as well. So all in all, rather average starting location. Let's have a look at the technology. We'll get alphabet and bronze working. Not bad, could be better. And looking at the map, it looks like these are islands, which is something different. So if you can choose between, or want to choose, because you you have to have a look at the map. Actually, you don't have to have a look at the map. when you start, you can use the trick I showed you in the previous LP and blind click on the black spots and see if the number of the continent over here, where is it? Well, you have to switch to the tile view. If the number of the continent changes, and that's how you can identify if it's one single continent or collection of islands. And if I could choose, I would probably I would choose islands, because there's a good chance most of the enemies will never go to your territory and never bother you with your units. You will of course have contact with them through the means of Marco Polo's embassy, but they will not threaten you directly. Okay, and let's have a look at the last game, number 6. Let's reset the view and turn on the cheat mode and reveal the map. Perfect. So over here we would probably go west. Over here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 special resources and 1, 2 huts on the way and a river. So if we make a city there, we have 4 special resources and a river, and all of the resources are very good. Whales and wine are superb, silk is very good, and wheat is good for at the beginning, and you can transform it into silk as well. So this would give us a huge trade bonus. We have access to the sea, yes, over here. So it's a rare combination of ocean access and rivers. Well, it's not so rare, but this looks like, I think, the best starting location so far. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starting civilization advances. We have the bronze working, and we again have all the prerequisites for the monarchy: alphabet, ceremonial burial, and the code of laws. We even have currency, which then leads to trade, which is excellent. We get so many because the game decided that the starting location we have is not so good, and that's true because it has only ocean and some tundra, and yeah, it's not so good in general. But that's actually a little trick you can do. You can just restart until you see you have a lot of starting technologies, and that means you will get probably an average or a bad starting location, but if you're lucky you can find a good spot not so far away, like over here for example, or even near these rivers. That's also not so bad. There are no, it's not so good either, there are no special resources there, but this spot is ideal. So I personally, if I had to pick one of these 6 games, I would, well, let's first say what I would not pick. I didn't like the 3 buffaloes from game number 2, and I didn't like the, what, number 4 I think it was, I didn't like. But the first one, where we had to go north and had 4 or 3 special resources plus rivers, was good. So game number 1 is okay. Game number 5, the islands map, was also interesting. And this one, game number 6, I would probably select this one. This seems to be the best starting location for us. Okay, however, I don't have to play any of these 6 pre-generated maps if you don't want to. We can start a completely new game, randomly generated, which I have never seen before or played before, and that would be option number 7. However, there's a risk that the game, that we would just lose, because to be honest with you, I played, I don't know, 5 or 6 times the OCC challenge so far, and out of these 6 games I have lost 3. So it's about 50% chance to win so far. and I have lost all the games where the starting terrain was less than optimal. Even average terrain I had problems with in my first attempts. But now I am a little bit more skilled, so I guess we could go even with the average terrain. Okay, enough talking. Please let me know in the comments below which of these 7 options would you like me to play. So game number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or a completely new game generated in the first episode. I look forward to your feedback, and I'll see you, I don't know, in a couple of days, maybe a week, depending on how soon can I get your feedback. Until then, bye bye.